Welcome to Master of Unlucky Podcast.
Is that another clip I'm going to have to put at the end of the podcast?
Maybe.
Yes, please. Yeah. What do we got to lose? Sure,
There's
of
nothing,
course.
Yeah, it's not going to matter.
That's going to be fine.
No,
yeah.
it'll be perfectly fine.
I had to sanitize the conversation after Logan AEW'd all over it.
Yes. Please,
So.
let's move on.
We won't even discuss it. We don't have to.
God.
You know what we should discuss?
What?
Anything else?
Anything else?
I
Anything?
thought he was going to go somewhere specific.
I thought he had a segue.
I was like,
like,
whoa,
oh,
here we
geez,
go.
okay.
Well, I was trying to set you up for a segue, and
Oh, well, I thought you
here's
had
a softball.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know what we should talk about?
We should talk about the Taco Bell loaded nacho fries.
There we go.
Hey.
That's what we should talk about. Yeah, how did everybody get along with those?
Can I start?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, because I have a very hot take on the loaded nacho fries. You ready for my hot
I
take?
don't need to blow it out if it's going too hot.
I think this might be my favorite thing at Taco Bell that I've ever had.
That's a hot take.
He just gave it that. He gave it the number one.
I did.
Wow.
I think this moves ahead of the I don't remember what the thing was called.
Was
The
it?
barbecue chicken crunch wrap thing.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
I think it was
I'm like, okay.
so good.
I don't know if I ever had that, by the way.
I
Barbecue.
don't
Well, they had it for
either.
literally 2 weeks and then they took it off.
Okay,
so.
you've talked
Oh.
about that before.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I'm going number one with a bullet, but I got to tell you, it's like top three.
Yeah.
It's pretty effing good.
Right?
It's tasty.
It's real good. I
Yeah.
don't know why it is, but it's
tasty.
real good.
Yeah. Did you sub the meat?
You know,
Jason?
I didn't. I
Oh, okay.
forgot. So I was actually just going to research right now if I could, in fact,
Oh, okay.
add chicken to it.
Oh, I
I
didn't even look. When
I
it
would. I
happened.
wanted to do that because I really don't like the beef. But even with that,
It
there's
was
some Flavor Town going on there.
Right?
I think Guy Fieri would like these. Yeah, Flavor
Yeah,
Town.
I think it I don't know, must be something with the potatoes and stuff. Because I mean, this is basically just like their nachos, like their same, like their nacho supreme,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but just with fries.
just
instead
with
of-
fries instead of their
But
garbage ass
That
chips.
seasoning they put on the fries is so good.
Nacho fries are fire.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Then you put cheese and you
although-
put all those other things on top, and it's
So I ate those. I ate my loaded nacho fries, and my,
Taco fries, to
Oh.
be specific.
Oh, they're called taco fries.
Loaded taco fries.
taco fries.
Yeah,
okay.
which is why I
'Cause-
actually was a little bit like I got up to the drive-through and I was like, I literally said, I think I want the loaded taco.
I think I want
It
this.
wasn't a good look for me. It was bad.
Then the person at the drive-thru is probably like, "Yeah, you do."
Yeah, you do. I know you do.
Especially, yeah, you do. If they
You
sounded
know-
like that.
You know, I think the thing that really made it for me was those stupid little corn tortilla strips.
Yeah.
Those things
Just a little texture in there.
added just enough crunch to it. But yeah, I went to have my daughter had gotten nacho fries too, and she had a few left. I went to eat one afterwards. It was just garbage. Like after eating that with all of the veggies and the everything on it, I was like, these things aren't even remotely
Yeah.
good.
I wonder if you just get a taco
Mm-hmm.
and some fries, just throw those fries in there.
Like you'd have to get a taco supreme.
Right.
Right. So get
Yeah,
a
that's what I
hard
mean.
shell taco supreme.
I wonder if adding a tortilla shell to the mix here is a good idea or not. Might have to be an experiment in the near
Might.
future.
But yeah, because I guess if you get the nacho fries, you'll get the nacho cheese with it too. Which is cheaper in the long run?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't really care.
I don't really care either. But that thing was good. That thing was real
Yeah.
good. One of the best.
That's a 10.
One of the best
Absolutely.
things we've had. Yeah, it's a 9 for me. I don't know if it's a 10, but it's pretty high. It's a 9, maybe a 9.2.
9.2.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
And that leaves room because I can put in the app.
There you
put
go.
chicken
Chicken.
in there.
Okay.
And if it's like the cubed up chicken that they put in the chalupas, I might
This
be at a
move up.
10.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty good already.
Wow, look at that. We all agreed that it was fire too. Like,
It's good.
Yeah, my only mistake was I did not get any hot sauce with it, and I think it could have been improved with getting
like
some hot
drizzle
sauce in there.
little-
Yeah.
Are you like hot or Diablo?
Hot. I can't
Hot.
do.
Okay,
I
yeah.
can't do anything hotter than hot.
Or if you got their creamy jalapeno sauce, the stuff they put on their quesadillas, that stuff's good too.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, look at you, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
All right.
Well done.
Do you have anything new for the? Have you looked at?
Are we going to do the?
I didn't know if it was allowed since you were so disappointed.
No.
at my
I
last recommendation.
I was disappointed that it wasn't fat, gross.
Okay.
Not disappointed in the actual thing.
Okay.
Just had my expectations going one way, and
So one of the Jimmy John's summer wraps.
I wanted to zig and you zagged.
Yeah. Was the Jason? You okay with that?
I think so.
Okay. I think there's 2 wraps. There's like a Caesar one and then a like roast beef one, which just sounds disgusting. But
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
definitely
we get to
Caesar.
pick.
yeah, I think you
Is
can
that the thing?
pick.
Okay.
I'm going Cesar.
I think I'm going Caesar too.
Okay. Well, if you guys are just doing that, then I'll just do that too.
Okay.
Unless it's got something in it I don't like, then I
I
might
think
go
it's
the other.
pretty
but-
normal. I think
Okay.
it's like a chicken Caesar or something.
Allow me to open up
If
yet
it has-
another
yeah, open up
food
the
app
app.
on
Why
my
don't you,
phone.
If it has their guac in it, then I might do
Oh,
something
I
else.
can't.
But
Is
Yeah,
their
their guac is
bad?
bad.
I don't.
feel
I
like-
just don't like guac generally.
I feel like I've
so.
not enjoyed.
Yeah,
theirs.
they're like California or whatever. Like their avocado spread that they use is kind of trash. I don't know what it is about it, but I think it is called like California or something like that, right? I don't.
Are you?
What would this new chicken Caesar wrap? Here we go, Caleb. Seasoned chicken, Parmesan cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayo, Caesar dressing, ranch seasoning. That's interesting. Mini croutons wrapped in a
full size.
garlic and herb wrap.
Okay, I could do that.
don't-
Let's just settle on that one then, so we all have the same
Okay.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
kind
good.
of good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. So
Plus, it's Jimmy John's, so easy delivery too if you need it.
yeah,
Oh man, yeah. Especially this is actually you're right. This is a thing I could do naturally during a work day.
Yeah.
Where some of our challenges, I'm like, oh God, do I take 45 minutes to go to Taco John's today?
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, because it's like all the way on the south end of town. Like,
am I going to get Taco John's? No, we won't literally. F you. We're not coming across town. Like, we won't
Yeah.
even deliver Taco
Yeah.
John's to me.
No,
So,
they wouldn't do that. Yeah, so it's been a couple weeks. And so where are we at with video games in the summer? Because there's been some stuff come out.
I'd like to take a survey.
Okay.
Yes, please do.
Who feels like they played a lot of new things? Does anyone feel that way?
No.
I played a couple of things, new things, I should say, and I have one other new thing that came GameFly yesterday, but I've only been home for 3 hours today, so I haven't had a chance to play it.
So you didn't feel like you played a lot of new things?
I played 2 new things.
2 new things. How many new things did you play?
I guess technically 1.5.
Okay. Yeah, I played 3 new things.
Okay.
And
Okay.
2 old things.
Okay.
So for me,
Mm.
I played a lot of video games
You did.
this week.
Yeah.
I've barely played any video games, so good for you.
It's lately that's been hard, but I had a big like I'll try a little of this, try a little of that, look at this, and then oh yeah, I want to play this thing too that I've been playing regularly. I had a weird like I wouldn't say my gaming time was actually up a ton. It was up a little, but like I was definitely like I'm going to try a little bit of everything. I was at the video game buffet this week.
Hey, there you go.
I
the
tried a
the
little
Game
bit of
Pass
everything.
buffet, perhaps.
Yeah,
Yes.
hit the- I was gonna
yeah,
say, the
yeah,
Game Pass
at least
buffet's
for
been-
2 of them. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know how we want to weigh that in the conversation, but that's where I'm at this week.
Let's hit on what are those old things that you touched on, and then let's hit on the new
Well,
thing.
first of all, I want to ask a question because I am genuinely curious.
Okay.
Did either of you attempt to get into the Halo multiplayer thing?
I didn't even know that you could try to get into it. All
Oh,
I
okay.
saw was people saying, "Hey, I got into it," and then I didn't know that there was a chance to get into it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's a huge
There was a
bummer.
technical test over the
Yeah.
weekend.
I was.
Hmm.
I mean, I've been part of all of the Master Chief Collection preview program stuff, and I didn't get anything about
No,
I
it.
didn't look
email.
into it because I wasn't.
I'm
I'm
from
not
what
a
I
Halo.
heard, it was random emails that were sent out, just like, "Hey, you want to join this?"
Yeah.
And like
Okay.
people who were even in the preview program were like, "Hey, where the hell? Like, I've been helping you. Why aren't you sending me this?"
I'm in well, not with Master Chief, but I'm in the Xbox dashboard preview program.
Yeah. So I think it was very random how they were sent out.
Gotcha.
And I don't think there were very many sent out.
You're telling me they didn't combine our Halo 2 and 3 multiplayer times, and then that would have just shot us right up the list.
I know, right?
We would have been first and second emails for sure.
Easy.
I mean,
Okay.
you probably
I would have
in the million
Yeah.
range.
1920 maybe. I don't know.
I would have if I would have been put into that Halo test, I would have skipped the random family event that was supposed to that occurred this weekend.
Wow.
It was my wife's family event, so
Maybe you should have told that to Microsoft. They
Still.
would have invited you.
I know, right?
But anyway, okay, so we're starting with old stuff.
Yeah, I think just the quick hit, the old stuff, then we'll
Okay.
talk deep about the new
I'll
stuff.
start.
Okay.
I finished Strikers.
You finished it?
I finished
Wow.
I am now profoundly jealous of you.
it. What I'll say is there is only one more jail like you're used to there being jails. The other ones are not full jails.
This is so they start out. Let me make sure I'm tracking. So they start out with 3 legitimate, serious jails.
Yes.
And then I just finished the 4th one that
Which
is like
was
a mini jail.
A mini jail. Yep.
And then they give you only one more that is like the first 3.
Yeah.
I was curious because like my hour count is massive after these first 3 jails, and people are like, it's 50 to 60 or whatever.
Would I spoil things by telling you how many jails there are?
No,
Okay.
aren't there 7?
There's 8.
Okay.
But the last 2 combined are probably shorter than the 4th one.
Really?
Yeah.
Then the 4th one?
Yeah. They are very small.
I like went through the 4th one like nothing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you are actually
So-
much closer than you think you are.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That might push me through. I may finish that
Yeah.
this year. Then.
You know what though? There are some really long cutscenes in there though.
That's
But
great.
yeah.
Put it on auto and like,
Yep.
oh, this is why I'm here.
I did that a couple of times. I'm like, I need to eat dinner. Just put the text on
Yes.
auto. Occasionally there'll be like a dialogue box for Joker. You have to pick one of the 3 and you just hit X.
Hit X real quick. Yeah. God. Dinner with the Phantom Thieves? Come
Yeah.
on.
Exactly.
That sounds amazing.
Yep.
Sure.
But I am very glad I finished it because I really enjoyed that game. Now that I'm looking backwards on it, I mean, you've said it so many times. Like it's just a joy to be with that group. There's also, I won't say what it is, but there's also a pretty significant plot twist that you should be excited about.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and I'm excited to talk to you about said plot twist. So
really?
if you can, if I can provide you motivation to pick that back up, that would be great.
I might look for like a 3-hour YouTube something of that. Like if somebody's willing to put that together out there.
I don't know if you're going to get a ton out of that though, because a lot of the enjoyment out of it is just hanging out with the Phantom Thieves.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It's hard because each jail provides the individual like character development, and I don't think you can really put that together in like a
Right.
Cliff Notes version.
Yeah.
Each like whatever, like play it or
I just don't know if
not,
I've got enough time.
it's a lot.
Yeah. That's
It's a lot.
It just feels like you're taking a road trip with the Phantom Thieves, and it's awesome for that.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the gameplay and stuff goes, like I wish it was back to Persona 5. I wish it was like the turn-based.
That probably would get you back in.
But-
That would
'cause
get me back in.
that's
'cause
actually
I
fun to play.
didn't care
Yeah.
for the stuff, and I'm 12 hours in, and I was like,
Yeah, I
I'm
just put it
good.
on easy and then mash through everything. Because I did not care about that combat very much. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. I'm very glad I went back to that.
I'm excited about that. I've already made like the hour commitment that you haven't, so I'll
Yeah.
probably, especially now though, because I was on the fence. But if you're telling me
You may only
that's
have,
great news for me,
You may
'cause
only have like 15
It was
hours left.
30 total for me.
30
really,
hours total?
I think, and it could be idle time, but I've already
did-
crossed that.
I did stop doing the requests after a
That's
certain
what
point.
it is.
Yep.
Is I was doing all those requests. That's where my bloat comes from.
Yeah. Some of them just seemed super annoying, so I'm like,
They
I
are.
don't even care anymore.
I should have just killed those a long time ago.
Yeah.
I might even be done with it by now. Okay.
Hmm.
I have my marching orders. By the end of the year, we will have a discussion about that.
Yeah. I like it.
Fair enough. All right. What else have you been
Old stuff.
old stuff?
I did an old thing. I played that game too.
Oh,
That's it.
okay. You've been playing more
That's
of
it.
that.
I played the 4th jail,
Okay.
and
Mm.
so that's where I'm at.
Which is probably one sitting, right?
It was actually, yeah, it was weird. Like Ellie, my daughter was watching a cartoon, and I was like, "Is this jail over?" Ellie, you ready? What? One more? Okay. Is this jail over? Like I
Yeah.
just like put on headphones and finished it, and I couldn't believe it because I was ready for like, here we go again.
Go find the warden. Go-
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah. The only old thing I've played was more Ratchet.
Okay.
Having a hard time wanting to go back to that. Like finding myself like, boy, I hope I'm gonna go down and play some more Ratchet today. Now it's like, I guess I should go down and play some more Ratchet. Like I don't hate my time with it, but
felt the same way
Yeah.
until like the last 25% of that game. Like the last quarter, I was like, I think I said this already, but more weapons, better enemies. That game is way backloaded with all the cool stuff, and it's
Okay.
kind of frustrating for
'Cause I
me.
think I'm in that middle slog. Like I'm probably 6-7 hours in.
They
Like,
also this story is very cyclical. Like you think you're getting close to the end, and then they're like, "Oh, we lost everything again," and then you think you're getting close. Oh yeah, we lost everything. We gotta
How's
go do
Rivet
that
doing?
again."
I wonder how Ratchet's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of where that's what's
We
happening
we
right
found
now.
the kerfuffle, and then Dr. Nefarious stole the kerfuffle. Oh, okay, we gotta go get that again. Like it's
Great. Glad
Yeah.
managed to know that because I'm on my way to find the kerfuffle right now.
Yeah, you don't really need to worry about spoilers with
Right.
the intellectual level of that story, which is
Yeah.
why people play it anyway. It is funny.
yeah.
Like it's
It's
genuinely
yeah,
funny.
It's genuinely fine. It's fine. That's what I mean. It's fine. That's why I have no desire to go back to it a lot of times. It's just kind of like, oh, like, all right, well,
I have a recommendation.
it's there.
Are you playing on performance RT 60 frames a second? What are you playing on?
I think that one, yeah.
So I dropped it. I quickly changed it to the full ray tracing, 30 frames a second. And it was a really hard transition for me. But when I came back to it, it wasn't.
Oh yeah, the second time, yeah.
So I would, if anything, set it to that, leave it for a couple days, come
I've been
back.
leaving it for like a week usually.
When you come back, though, what I'm saying is the visuals might be enough to hook you, because there's a fidelity jump for sure. It's just if you're playing on 60 and then you go to 30, it's jarring if you do that side by side.
Yeah.
But if you change that setting, then go back, at least wise, it'd be like, ooh, this is a looker.
This is something new. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Need to,
gorgeous.
I need to start charging you guys rental fees.
There you do.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, I tried to do it through GameFly and it didn't work. I probably would have played it faster.
You can have my copy of it now.
Oh, okay.
If you want to get rid of
it's
yours.
fine. I was
If you're keeping
totally
it.
joking.
I don't think I'm keeping mine, so.
Okay. Other than that, I've gone back into Splitgate a couple times. The servers have been up and down because they're getting ready to make a full release, so they're making a lot of tweaks.
It also apparently over the past couple of weeks has gained a ton of popularity.
Yes. So yeah, I think everybody's been doing the, hey, I tried this Splitgate thing. You should try it. And so yeah, it's hitting the servers real hard. So I think they did delay the full launch a couple weeks because they were like, okay, yeah, we've now got to hire some more people. We got to throw in some more blades. Like this thing is getting out of control. So which is good for them, I guess. Always good to have a game blow up, but
I need to play that. I haven't had a chance to play it.
it's good.
Is it free?
It is free. Yep, free.
It's on both systems.
Not sure. I know it's on Xbox for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on both.
I'm
going to see if I can do it now. No, never mind. I don't have any room on my Xbox right now because of the Game Pass buffet.
The Game Pass buffet.
Yeah.
Well, what was on the Game Pass buffet?
Yeah, let's talk about what's on the Game Pass buffet.
I think the thing that I'm most excited to talk to you guys today is a 2020 release technically for the PC, but a 2021 console release.
We're talking Flight Simulator.
The Microsoft Flight Simulator. Have you partook?
I have not. Frankly, I'm terrified. Like I'm good. It just seems like there's too many levers to pull.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I want to look at it, but then at the same time, I feel like
it's something to see.
Yeah.
Oh boy, where do you first place in the world I took a flight to?
North Korea. No.
Doug's house.
Correct.
I knew it. I knew it.
Correct. Yep. I found the Galesburg Airport.
Yep.
Right down 41.
Just
left.
Did you just fly the airplane?
Oh, I flew it and I landed next to Doug's.
Nice.
It was
Right in the pond?
kind of Doug's. Yeah, no, there's a body of water there. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And then I flew over to my parents' house.
Right, yeah, you should. I mean, you
Yeah.
got to fly to locales you know.
I flew over to my wife's old house.
Yeah.
Yep. And then,
Like, are you landing, like, on the street? Or are you just flying over?
yeah, you can land, like, on the street. And, like, the cars will, like, disappear, because it's not made to.
No,
it's
They're not
made
going to
for
let you
that.
crash and have
because it's just Bing
explosions
Maps,
and-
right?
Yeah, and it is. I think so.
Mhm.
There's I think it's Black Shark AI is the partner there, the topographical like rendering
Sure.
thing
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
The next thing I did was, oh, okay, well, let's see Bloomington Normal Airport. So where we live, took
Mhm.
off. I
Mhm.
took, Airport Road down, and Ellie goes, "Dad, is that our town?" I was like, "You freaking genius! How do you know that?"
Mhm.
And she's like,
Landmarks,
she recognized like Ancho and Agave.
Well,
And-
it's that updated, huh? Yeah. Wow.
The buildings are there. It's not like there's branding,
Oh, okay.
but there are buildings there. Yeah, but there's no branding.
So if you fly by a McDonald's, it's not going to have the arches.
No, yeah, none of that.
Really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. So there's, I don't know how they pick and choose that stuff. And so then I took her by her preschool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went up Airport Road North, and then attempted to land in the cornfield across from my home
Mm-hmm.
and flipped the plane over.
Oh, I mean, well,
And then I tried again, and I landed it in the pond that's by my home.
okay, yeah,
And then I drove over your house,
okay.
or flew over your house.
Flew, yeah, to fly over.
Yeah, your house is definitely there. So
Is there a trampoline in the backyard?
I didn't get that close because I
Okay,
was like, I'm going to
basketball court.
crash again.
Yeah,
So that was really like
I need to do this.
my
then.
main interest was just seeing like how granular that stuff is, and the homes don't look correct. Like
they
there's
can't,
there's
yeah.
some like
yeah.
auto generation going on there, but from the plane, like everything is like stunning because all the foliage is correct and all the farmland is correct,
Mhm.
and the streets are all accurate. Like I took Airport Road one time, then I took Veterans the other time, just kind of flying over and like recognizing like
Can you see like Watterson and
yes,
Human
they're
and-
huge. Yeah, that's the other thing is the dorms are humongous.
Did you fly like into the side of a dorm?
No, but I
Oh.
almost did. I weaved, and then I was going that direction. I was heading back west, and then Ellie, my daughter, goes, "Hey, look, it's the windmill farm."
Oh,
And then so we went by. All the windmills are there,
yeah,
and then I was turning back left, and there's Raider Farms.
yeah.
So like all these things you recognize.
Did
It's
you
pretty
guys
cool.
see this was a while ago, but did you see when so apparently when they generate those buildings, it's like user inputted stuff.
It is.
So it'll be like,
Okay.
hey, there is a building here that's 30 some stories or whatever. And somebody
Okay.
went in there and said there's a building that's 30 stories. And in Australia, just like in this little town in the middle of nowhere, it was supposed to be like a building that was 3 stories, and somebody fat fingered, and it was like 330 stories. So it's just in the middle of Australia. There's just this one like giant skyscraper.
Don't hit that there, mate.
It's a joint solstice.
Just a Foster's can. You look over in your cockpit, it's a kangaroo sitting next to you, just staring at you.
The koala hanging from the side of the building, just like eating eucalyptus. Like, what the hell?
Sorry, I apologize to all our Australian fans. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that thing is a cool like turn it on and play around with it for a little bit, but I don't know how much meat is there for me, so I'm just
Yeah, I could see downloading it, playing, messing around with it for a week, and being like, this thing's taking up like 100 gigs.
I'm in the middle of like, I still want to go back and like look around and fly around areas I'm familiar with, but that probably is, I don't know if I'll be like, sorry, everybody, I'm in the basement for the next 8 hours. I got to fly cross country.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I'm doing all New York to Paris today, so I'll be a while.
Yeah. Start talking like a pilot to my family. That'd be pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the left side of the plane here, you'll see my game collection.
Everyone sit back, relax, and watch The Lion King for the third time on this flight. I don't care if you're tired of it. We are about 2 hours away from Newark International Airport.
Temperature is currently
In the basement is 68 degrees.
We're in about 300 knots. Does anyone know what a knot is? I don't.
There's definitely like a technical side of it that I don't think I'll ever scratch.
Yeah.
But I was able to get in a plane and was able to crash it near various locations.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's just like, did you ever try to play Top Gun on the NES?
No, I've never played
Oh
that.
my god! The game is like no one could ever land a plane. So
Interesting.
you take off from the aircraft carrier, you like fly for a little bit, and you actually never get into like dogfights because no one could ever get past the tutorial of landing on the next aircraft carrier.
One of those games, huh?
Yeah, it's notoriously terrible for that. Like like barely anybody can do it.
Now I got to see this. I'll look it up.
Yeah,
That's
Top Gun
interesting.
NES. It's awful.
The other Game Pass game was a 2021 release, The Ascent.
Okay.
Yes,
I've played The
Yes.
Ascent. Have you played The Ascent?
I have played The Ascent.
What do you think about The Ascent?
I think it looks real cool.
It does look nice, doesn't it?
I think the aiming could use a little help. Like the twin stick shooting of it's a little off.
A little clunk.
A little clunk. Yeah, a little
Sure.
clunky, but everything else around it I'm enjoying a lot.
Music's real good.
Music's real good, atmosphere's real good.
Looks nice, like you said.
That like 2/3D like diorama style, like if you gotten to the point where sometimes the camera changes, like that's real cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Diorama is a good word for that. The way that it feels. Yeah.
Because and the people that you talk to, like there's some good story there, a lot of good like weird quirkiness of the people. Have you come across the gym yet?
No.
I won't spoil it.
The
then.
gym.
There's a gym. There's a guy working out. There's
Is this like is that a final? What am I thinking of? Is it a Final
gym?
Fantasy game? Is that the 7 remake?
the 7
yeah,
I think,
there's
where
the
you go to
gym
the
in the
gym.
7.
Yeah,
Where
Yeah.
Tifa has
Yeah.
to outwork out everybody.
Yeah.
just do
okay.
pull-ups and everything,
Yeah,
and
something like that. No, yeah.
kind of not
Okay.
really like that, but yeah, there's some fun. You can do some funny stuff with people.
Yeah, I was thinking about checking that out, but then I saw the relatively low scores, and I we got other stuff I need to play anyway.
I mean, it's getting like a 75, I think, on Metacritic,
Which for a game is pretty low.
well,
That's higher than release day. Then it was
Um,
low for a while on
it
release
really
day.
was okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last I looked at. It was a 75, but
I feel like game reviewers are super generous unless the game is like literally unplayable. Like a 75, I feel like
yeah.
is pretty.
Yeah, I agree. That's for sure. There's been plenty of games that have been like, this game's not that great, and it's a 78. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's definitely a culture of giving high reviews where TV is like,
Yeah.
you get a 60, and it's like that show's incredible.
Yeah.
Like that's,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oof.
I mean,
65.
maybe the
Oh, it's
later-
down to
Oh, it's
65
down to
now?
65. Oh wow. Okay. I wouldn't say it's that bad. I also think that if people probably played this the first 10 minutes and looked at the controls and said, "Oh yeah, use the left trigger to aim and then use the right trigger to shoot," that's not how this game works. I died the first 3 times and went, "This is the stupidest fucking game I've ever played in my entire life." And then I was like, I went back out. Was like, "All right, what happens if I don't try to aim and I just try to spray?" And then I was like, "Wait a minute." So the left trigger is to aim up, and if you leave it down, otherwise it aims down.
Oh.
So you're pointing straight, and then the left trigger does this.
It's like imagine a plane. Plane. Like flat.
So if you have like flying enemies or something coming at you
Or
hit the
like
left trigger.
stairs, you can
Stairs.
shoot at them up the stairs.
Stairs.
But like, tell your brain to do that when you haven't had that as part of your tutorial yet.
Yeah.
You don't get the left trigger thing as part of your tutorial until like after your second wave of enemies, because it's like, oh hey, there's people on stairs up here. If you press the left trigger, you can shoot at them. Like, oh come on, like
Cool late title card, right?
yeah,
Pretty neat.
yeah, I like it.
It lands the aesthetic. What I'm learning, or what I've heard this week, and maybe you've heard some of this, is that there's a pretty nasty difficulty
oh no
leap in the middle of the game that has, I think, the scores where they're at. So grinding.
Oh, I don't want to grind.
Yeah, and just kind of I think that it takes itself. I'm not saying this right. When you have a game that thinks its combat is better than it is, I think it's a little in love with its combat.
the combat is not good.
And so I think the issue is that I think that they feel like they have a really well. See, this is exactly what you said about Biomutant, because it's like a 10-person team or something that built the
Yeah.
Ascent, And so I get it, and I don't want to be. I really am not trying to be rude, but I think they really feel like they have a. Maybe the reviews are telling them this, but like the combat is not great, and I think they think it is, and they're very proud of when they ratchet up the difficulty according to reviewers and anecdotal
they have
conversation.
a nice style and aesthetic. Combat is
No
definitely
difficulty setting.
that game has that is its weak spot is the combat. Everything else around it I think is good. Combat. Ugh.
You and I have had the same reaction, except the difference is I'm a little hesitant to how much I'm going to spend, how much more time I'm going to spend with it because
Oh, if I hit this difficulty spike, I don't know how long it is.
it's long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I knew it was an RPG, but I didn't know how long.
How
it was.
long? Should we look?
35, 40.
Oh.
Long.
Yeah, it's the RPG elements in it, and it's long. Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
And it's
how
the
long
over,
to beat.
like it's the overcoming that difficulty hurdle that people seem to be frustrated with. So
Gotcha.
I don't, and that's all secondhand.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm pulling up how long to beat. That usually is
Okay.
pretty.
I don't know what that means for me, but I certainly don't hate it yet. But God, is there anything worse than when you're frustrated with a game when you've made like a 15 to 20 hour commitment?
Yeah.
I
That's scary.
Yeah.
Ascent.
And I feel like there's probably some legitimacy to that because it wouldn't be Metacriticing where it's at if people genuinely weren't frustrated. And he and I haven't hit that yet. Like
Main story is
right.
9 hours according to how long to beat.
9 main.
9.
Now I don't think you can do that like without some serious grind. Or you must be God gamer to be able to do that.
Let me see how many.
Yeah. What are the other categories though?
The main plus extras and completionists? They're blank.
They're
I don't know.
nothing
Yeah.
I wonder because so go click on the main because it might just be junk data. Some people go in there and
It's
Oh,
there's 11.
people do that? Ugh.
11 people have submitted.
okay, then it's probably all right.
Let me see if I can.
But sometimes if it's like 1 or 2 entries, somebody will go in there and be like, "I beat this game in 4 hours. It's shit because it's 4 hours long." Yeah, because
Love the internet.
is the internet.
Oh, there's only 2 people that have officially been polled on it. So that's maybe reserve that
Yeah.
for. One was 8 hours. The other was 10 hours and 10 minutes. Is what.
That's
Those
not
are the only
accurate.
2. That's not accurate yet. Then.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah. Let's wait on that too.
Move forward with caution, I guess, but I haven't hit that, and I can see myself in the situation that I hadn't if I don't educate myself a little bit. Like, oh, I've invested a ton of time in this, and I'm not going to be able to see it through. Like,
Yeah.
I will say at least the continues are like pretty generous. I mean, you're pretty much just put right back in front of the area that you were in. Like
Yeah.
it's not there, so it's not like you're having to restart and lose 30 minutes of gameplay. So
I agree with that.
I got to get better at remembering to dash or because a lot of that game is just like fire back, like jump back, fire, jump back, because the enemies are faster than you, at least to start with.
Correct.
They're much faster than you are. So, which I'm sure that'll just continue. Like you'll end up getting faster than them, and then all of a sudden there'll be a new enemy that's now faster than you and more powerful or whatever.
I really want to like that game because the aesthetic is really cool and it sounds really nice, and it's a genre you and I both enjoy.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way: we're all looking for something to scratch that cyberpunk itch that cyberpunk didn't scratch.
yeah, it's already better than that.
I mean,
I'm confident in saying that.
I feel like it is too. Like at least I'm enjoying myself more with it than I did cyberpunk. So,
Do you think you'll keep playing it? You keep playing it, right? Okay, you do that, and I'll just wait for you to tell me.
okay.
Sounds good. Good plan. You see,
Okay.
that was a great idea you
Yeah.
had there.
That was Logan. I like your idea that you just had there.
That was you came up with that on your own. That was great.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like that's.
I
I feel
I
like
need to play too.
It's like giving candy to a baby.
giving Game Pass games to a dad.
I got like 4 active games I'm playing right now. So, anyway, what other Game Pass buffet game did you try out?
That
this
was
week?
a that
Oh,
was
okay, I
a
thought there was a
sorry
third
no
game, so-
yeah the 2 were oh no, that's not true. Sorry.
You said
That's
3.
it. Sorry, that was I forgot for a second. Today I fired.
He was embarrassed by it.
Today, a little bit. Today I fired up Farming Simulator 19.
Okay.
19.
I mean, I know you're probably likely to inherit some sort of land at some point in time.
You know,
so
I wouldn't say that it's not informational for me. It's probably a good thing for me to play, actually, to be honest.
you don't need to get taken advantage of. I mean, that's,
I want to know what
you
goes
understand
on.
your yield.
Yeah, right.
have,
What is truly a bushel?
Did you have Farming Simulator up on one screen and Clarkson's Farm up on the other?
No. Nope. We broke out the Farming Simulator. Well, I mean, maybe I should do that.
You should.
My kids were super into Farming Simulator, like super into it. Like I went and there was a combine, so my son is screaming combine at the TV, and so we harvested some wheat.
Oh, good.
There's like an auto mode, so he's holding the controller and he thinks he's the one that's running the lines
of course,
and going in reverse. So he loved that. He's moving the camera around, and it looks really nice. This is all like branded equipment. It's I think it's a game that is only made in the UK.
I think that's right.
Because all the currency is pounds. So I was a little like, oh, I guess they don't really have it. Like they didn't convert this in any way.
Look in the options to see if you could change that.
Maybe. I did not look. No, not yet. So I don't know.
I think you probably can, because I know people that play that game religiously here.
Oh, really?
So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
assuming that you can make everything US based.
I would like to see it all in pesos, potentially yen.
It looks nice. It was fun. I think that I mainly just fired it up to look at the equipment with my son, who's like into
Yeah, he's
anything
at
with
that age,
wheels and
right?
Yeah. But there's some game there. I could see why people enjoy.
I mean, it's
that.
basically like Sim City and everything else, right? Just from a farming standpoint.
And you do the farming. Like
Jurassic
you get
Park.
in the equipment, you harvest or you plant or you maintain.
And it's like best case scenario farming too, which has got to be super satisfying, right?
I'm sure there is
Like-
something there, yeah.
Yeah, because like you're never gonna have to do maintenance on your tractor. You're never gonna have to deal with a week where it rains too much or too little or whatever it is. It is literally like if the ideal conditions existed, this is how I would be farming. So if you have any interest in farming, I bet it's like scratches that itch.
And I kind of do, because I don't know what it's like to be a farmer,
Yeah.
and someday I will own farmland, and I will use this probably as like a little bit of an educational thing.
It's like I had a really good time. This was a couple years ago now, but playing House Flipper. It was the same kind of thing. Like, I don't want to go to my own house and start painting walls because it's hard, right? But in that game, all you do is click a mouse on the wall and it paints. So it's super satisfying, but it's the ideal condition to be painting a wall, you know?
I don't know if there's a way to, like, you right click and then it's painted. I don't know if there's a way to, like, skip the actual task. Maybe there is, but I think that's part of the serenity, is going down this line.
Yeah.
It's a lot of acreage.
Yep.
Then we're going to turn around. We're going to go down next to that line. Keep it straight. Like,
Yep.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just like you're in the cab doing it. So I will say it's funny. I was doing the tutorial today. I haven't played it. And my daughter picked up the controller, was actually playing it. And there was a tutorial it had us do several pieces of equipment and several different tasks. So it was like harvest, plant, and then switch vehicles to do this or whatever. And then all of a sudden Dad, I'm in a train. She's just like going balls out, like really fast on this train track. She's like, what do I do? I don't know. Can you slow it down? She hits the L trigger. Yeah, I'm slowing it down. Dad, I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards really fast. It's like, why do we have a train? I was like,
Why did you get a train in the farm?
I don't know how the train factors in. Then she gets out of the train. And it's a first person, like, walking around
Okay,
thing.
I was like, wait a minute. Like, how are you getting out of the
She
train?
gets out of it. X gets in of it and gets in and gets out, and then she walks off a cliff.
So it's all first person view?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if you get to customize your farmer.
Yes, you do. First
Oh.
thing. Yep. Nope. Girl out of the chute. She's like, girl, purple shirt. Sure.
Purple shirt.
Go
All
ahead.
right, now she's speaking my language. I make every video game character a girl.
And we hired a helper, to do one of our major harvest jobs, and she was PO'd because the person we hired was a guy.
Oh.
She's like, "Is that a guy in there?" I was like, "I don't know, Ellie." Dad, that's a guy in there.
There's a guy in there.
There's a guy.
This is an all-female farm, Dad.
Yes, it was. There was some disappointment. Yes. So
Girl power farm.
I don't think I'll need to talk about that past today, but no, in the back of your heads when we talk, I wonder if Jason's still playing Farming Simulator. The answer
I
is
know it's-
probably yes.
Yeah, well, it's a different kind of game, but yeah, I mean, you're playing
Yeah.
it with the family, so.
So that was yes. That's
Mm.
it for the Game Pass buffet, and all that stuff is taking up a crap ton of room
Yeah.
on my hard drive.
Farming Simulator alone's like 130 gigs.
Yeah, these are nice looking games. These simulators,
Mhm,
like
yeah.
it's nice, but they are large. Yeah,
I mean, you got to get that case combine. It's got to look exactly right, you know.
New Holland, Caterpillar,
Mhm,
it's all there, man.
Lamborghini.
John
It's
Deere,
all- yeah.
Kubota, it's all there.
Yeah, they're all there. Oh, any other games?
Yeah, there's 2 more that
Okay.
I've played.
Mhm.
What Unite.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I
Tell me
played
what
a
this is.
bunch
I
of
don't-
that,
I-
actually.
I feel like I've seen a bunch of people playing this, and I have no idea what it is.
So Pokemon Unite is a MOBA with Pokemon.
Okay.
So it's like League of Legends or Dota or whatever with Pokemon.
Is this free?
Yeah, it's free.
Really?
What platform?
Switch.
Okay, just
Really?
making sure. Like it's on
Um,
PC. What?
For now, only Switch, but they're bringing it to iOS later this year, I think.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's 5v5. There's basically 3 lanes.
Mhm.
They don't call them lanes, but they are there. And then I guess you're attacking wild Pokemon. So I think you're a Pokemon, but you're capturing other Pokemon and collecting their energy in Pokeballs. Then you take them to the other side of the map, the opponent's team's goals, and then you literally like dunk the energy balls
Dunk the
on their goals.
Pokeballs on
Yeah.
them. Okay.
And then whoever scores the most points wins.
Is this PvP?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a world where you can play that offline?
I don't think so. There are bots. You can do
Bots.
bots.
Okay, that's why I was curious. Like if that's
Yeah.
like if you can practice versus bots.
Yes,
then-
you absolutely can. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And you can try out. So they give you right off the bat, they give you, I think, 4 characters, and then you unlock other ones with that currency. And there are like 20 of them total. So you can also go into like practice mode or whatever, like you were talking about, and pick any of them and then just practice with that one.
Okay.
So if you want to try them all out to see which ones you like best, you can do that.
What gen Pokemon are we talking?
All of them.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So my personal favorite so far has been Cramorant, who's
Hmm.
just this bird. It's just a regular looking bird.
Mhm.
But apparently he's from the most recent gen.
So we're on they're on Gen 4?
8.
Jeez. And they each have like 150 a pop?
Yeah. So there's
That was cute. He tried.
yeah,
He tried. That was
right,
cute.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's over 1,000 at this point. But there's only like 20 in this game.
Remember
How
when
do
we
you-
had to catch them all?
Yeah.
I've never actually attempted to catch a Pokemon ever, but
You really never?
I've never played a Pokemon game.
Not even you never tried
Hey
Go?
you Pikachu.
That was
I
it?
did try Go for like 30 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like you can be Charmander, or I guess
Mm-hmm.
it's Charizard is the character you pick, but you start as Charmander.
Charmander.
I know Charizard.
And then as you like kill more of the neutral
You
creeps, you
evolve.
evolve to
Mhm.
Charizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a lot of fun. It's free to play, and
That's
you,
what I was just gonna ask. I was like,
you
is this
don't-
free to play?
you actually don't need the Nintendo Online service either. It's just free.
That's kind of
More
amazing.
surprising.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then you
Hmm.
pay for
But
the currency.
There are some scummy free to play things in there too. So just beware if you want to get into it, because you can. So when you go into battle, you can take 3 held items with you,
Mhm.
and those held items are like this one makes your character slightly faster. This one makes your character attack slightly more, or whatever it is.
Right, some boosts.
Yep, and those can be They start at level 1, and you can make them up to level 30. And the way to do that is with items that you get from either doing games and doing events and promos and stuff, or paying for them. So some
So there
people
is some
can
pay to
just
win.
pay to boost their stuff up to level 30, and then they have an advantage. I haven't run into a ton of that yet because from what I understand,
right?
it's pretty new, and there's also a ranked mode. And I think the people that are doing that kind of stuff are sticking to ranked mode and ranking up really high because they have the advantage over everybody. So they're staying out of the way of me because I am not good at this game.
Okay, fair.
So I'm not running into situations, I don't think, where people are like way leveled up. But I've heard that if you advance in ranked enough, you will run into that. So there's a little bit of that scumminess with it, but it's
That's
if you just
bummer.
pick it up and play, it's a ton of fun just to play. Yeah, I would recommend you check it out at least because it's
Okay.
free. You might as well.
Yeah, that's why I was asking because a lot of times I play Switch when I'm offline.
Yeah.
That's why I was curious about the bot situation.
Yeah, you might need to
Fun.
do like the tutorial and stuff
Online.
that all that stuff online.
Mhm.
But then after that, I know you can go and play with bots.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
This isn't going to be like a Dota Underworld Lords, is it?
Ma-
Like
I mean,
where I'm
maybe.
going to get sucked into this thing and
Maybe.
Could happen, man. Same as
other-
that happened to you.
The other
Yeah.
frustration I have with it is that so if you play in a party, it's matching you up against other people that are playing in parties. So they're assuming that if you're playing in a party, you're communicating. And so they're putting you
Oh.
against other people that are communicating. So I
You
tried to
can't communicate
place
on the Switch.
right. So I was playing. We were playing on. I was on Discord.
Yeah, that
And,
you'd
yeah.
have to use.
So
Yeah.
I was playing in a group of 3,
Mhm.
and we played 4 matches, and we got absolutely, completely stomped all 4 times because
Mhm.
other teams were just wiping us.
Hmm.
So we're like, okay, this sucks because we want to play. You want to play with your friends,
Right,
but
you
you're
don't have-
penalized for playing with your friends.
Oh.
So that kind of sucks. But if you're just playing by yourself, you want to jump in. The matches are also 10 minutes each. Like it's a hard 10-minute cutoff.
Yeah.
And then whoever's got the highest score wins. So it's a lot of fun though. Like it's if you're just looking for something quick to pick up and do a 10-minute run, it's pretty cool.
All right.
But just it's not perfect. there are some downfalls to it.
I could see that getting tweaked and over
Yeah.
time, and it'll be around for the next 10 years
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
And it'll look completely different in 5 years than what it does today.
Yep.
That's the way those go.
The other thing I just started playing today, I started playing the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster.
Oh, those are out now, right?
So 1, 2, and 3 are out now.
right.
4, 5, and 6 are coming.
Mhm.
And 4 is the one you really like, right?
4's my favorite.
Yeah,
yes.
okay. So that's not out yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But 1, 2, and 3 are. I started playing 1. It's really cool.
Yeah, like what are you? 'Cause I feel like everything looks the same, right?
It looks better. It's the higher
pixel
res
is a little
pixel
better, yeah.
art, yeah.
Mhm.
But to me, the things that are really cool about it, the music for one,
Mhm.
is completely redone music.
Oh, okay.
So you get like the orchestral versions of the songs.
Really?
It's really the music is awesome,
I don't know if I want that though.
but it's good.
But it's good.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
their Square's. There's one thing they do right is music.
Right.
That's for sure.
Yeah. You can also tell they've tweaked some of the gameplay stuff. I was looking at a walkthrough just to make sure I'm not missing anything because that game is like you don't know really where you're going or anything.
That's fair.
And it was like just beware when you go into this cave. The monsters in here are way overpowered for your level, so you're gonna have a tough time with this. So make sure you're doing this and blah 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 blah. I went in there, no problems. So I think they've like balanced parts and
There are some spots in 4 that like I went back and played the DS version and I got stuck
yeah.
and I was like shit, like okay, like I'm at a point where it was like okay, I'm in this cave and I'm saved in the middle of the cave, but I can't go forward, and if I try to go back, the door is locked to get out. Like I'm really stuck. Like so,
Yeah.
and I'm like I only have like 2 tents, and that's how the only way you can save in 4 is with tents. Like it's kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Like so I got stuck in that, and I was like, well, that's what I get for trying to ram through the game.
They've also kind of standardized some of the item names in this. So like in the original, like I don't remember what it was called. There was like a super potion or something like that, and that's what got rid of poison. But in the remaster now,
it's
they've
an
just called it an antidote because
Yeah.
everybody knows it as an antidote.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, there was probably some of that.
So I think they've done a really good job of of modernizing it. I'm like 2 hours in, I think.
They're what, like 15 a pop? Is that what they are?
I think they're like $8
a pop?
something like
Okay.
that.
Maybe with like the whole package
Yeah.
was like something crazy. Like I thought I remember seeing the whole package. Was
Or
gonna be
maybe
like
4, 5,
$100.
and 6 will be a little bit more because they're more substantial. I don't know.
I thought I saw something that like if you wanted 1 through 6, it was going to be just around $100.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been really really cool. And
And I assume you're playing on iOS.
No, I'm playing on PC.
Oh, you're playing on PC.
Mm.
I did that because I saw you can the one thing that people have been saying is that the font sucks of all the menus, but on PC you can very easily just replace that file and make the font way better. So I did that.
That's interesting. It's not an accessibility setting. It's
Right. You just what you do is you just you take the Japanese font and then you take the JA off of it and you put EN on it. So it's literally using the Japanese font as English characters, but it makes everything bolder and stick out better.
okay.
Weird.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I picked to do PC.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to see if I can pull it up in the App Store here. See how much it is on like per one. But
Yeah, and I've never finished 1 through 5. So
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see if I stick with this or not.
on iOS it's $12.
Okay.
For the first one.
It's something you can do over time too, Caleb.
Yeah.
Like if more games launch you want to play this year, then you go back to it like I do with Mortal Kombat every January.
Yeah, there you go.
It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I played one more new video game.
Oh yes. Oh, go for it.
I played Devolver Digital's Death's Door.
You did. Okay. I've been thinking about this.
Is this a Game Pass game or no?
No.
It is not.
No, okay.
No, I purchased this game. It's pretty good. It's pretty alright.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
I
The
think this is
music
getting
is
good reviews, right?
unbelievable. The music is so good. You are a young crow, a reaper.
Mhm.
And your job is to collect souls and bring them to the afterlife. And you lose your first soul. And the catch is that when you go out to collect the soul in the real world, that you age. But if you go back to the afterlife, where your office is, where you type on old typewriters, which is pretty funny, you don't age there. And so you run into an elderly crow that says, "Hey, young fledgling, I lost a soul and now I am here and this is what happened to me. You better go get your soul. Oh, by the way, you need to get mine too, or else you're not getting out of here." So it's just like the perfect mix of macabre and charm for me,
So Devolver.
but not like pixel art.
A little more play dead.
Yeah, yes, but not as dark as Play Dead either, because the music is the music has just like a very sophisticated quality, and sophisticated is not the word, elegant quality to it, and the game is beautiful, and so it's not colorless, it's not lifeless. In fact, a game about death, it's full of life and full of color and beautifully scored. So, but it is also about reaping souls. Like,
Right.
take the soul, you come with me. And they come in the form of like, everything is in like the form of very abstract creatures. Like these aren't, like I'm a young crow, but it's not like I'm killing Mr. Frog. You know, like these are warped versions of souls. So what lens I actually am seeing this game through, I'm not sure. Like, how does this relate to reality? What are they trying to say? Spiritfarer is pretty on the nose. Like, these are souls that are mostly just different kinds of animals, and that's the world that you're in here. This is purgatory and what it looks like here. I don't know. Is this like a warped version of that, a similar to Spiritfarer? Like, what plane is this taking place in? I can't quite tell, because I thought was like a half church, half castle. It's pretty funny too. Like, there's a character I just came across. He's making soup with his head, and his name's Pothead.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
Checks out.
it's very on the nose, but sure.
Pothead.
Mhm.
So, the what is the Undertaker's name? Stone
Mark
Stone
Calloway.
Stone.
I was waiting for it.
It's not. So it's not. It's like Stonestead or something. It's the reverse of headstone, whatever that is. So I don't know. And he's just got just a giant casket on his head. That's it. That's what he does. He digs graves. So I can't. I've only played it for 2.5 hours, so I can't recommend it. But I think you guys might want to check this out.
It's one that it's on my list.
I look at the gameplay and I don't think it's a game that I would enjoy playing.
I do like the input code of it. It feels like a more forgiving Hades to me.
Yeah, and that's not my style of game. So
I can see that. If you're not into, especially if you didn't like Hades, but this is a way more forgiving version of that.
yeah,
It's got the weighted combat in that way, like the old school God of War thing, like the collision impact, then the rest of the animation, arrows, magic, upgrades, lots of charm.
yeah, it looks cool, and I've everybody's said such good things about it. I just when I look at it, I'm like, I don't think this is a me game, but
I'm more surprised it's only on PC and Xbox. Seems like an odd thing. Like I was really hoping it'd be on Switch.
it might eventually.
Maybe at least not for a while. Like I looked it up because I was looking for. I thought this would be a good game to take on the plane with me because I've got a hefty plane ride ahead of me in about a month and nothing to play on Switch. So I'm trying to figure out because I don't think the Xbox cloud gaming is going to work on the plane.
Probably not.
Hmm.
Plain Wi-Fi, not the best.
Yeah, not very. Not that great. So because I was like, oh, I'll try that out. Yeah, that's not going to work probably. So.
I
all
could
right.
get you a Vita with Persona 4 Golden.
I don't have that much time.
There you go. That'd eat up a plane ride in no time.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, well, I think that's all games, right? That was a lot of games.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a lull, but now we've kind of picked stuff back up into second quarter, right? I think that was probably part of it. June. Well, actually, no, a lot of it probably came out first.
No,
third
I think it's
quarter.
just that the beginning of the August kind of
Yeah,
boom.
late July, early
Yeah.
August. All of a sudden, it's like we got a lot of stuff coming in. So, but we also seen a lot of delays too. So it
Yep.
seems like
This fall might be a little
might be
Who
a little
knows?
hit or miss,
Yeah.
but we'll
yeah,
Could
I saw,
be just
I saw
every
Horizon got
day.
delayed to 2022.
see. Yep.
So yeah,
Everyday farming simulator in the fall.
Yep, that's what we're just gonna do. We're just gonna farm all day, farm all night. What? So it's TV. So
You guys have those in your houses? TV?
I have
You got
a
a TV?
monitor.
Just got one.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Brand new cathode ray tube. Guy at the store said it was the best one, so that's the one I went with.
You went to a department store.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, I went to Sears.
Sears. Right. Yeah.
Got mine at Montgomery Ward.
You read about it in Crutchfield.
Montgomery Ward.
Montgomery Ward. You had 5 cigarettes while you picked it out in the store.
Out of Territon.
We're all so old. That's fantastic. That was great.
Yeah.
That's the best minute of podcasting we've ever done. That was great. I'm so entertained by what just happened.
So today, I gotta tell you, I was at a zoo today, and we're in the gift shop, like getting ready to leave. Like my kids were wanting to just pick out a stuffed animal. Next thing I know, like one of the employees is walking around with this couple, and in the zoo gift shop, they've got a 55-inch TV, like in box. They're walking around, like holding the things and taking pictures of themselves with it inside the gift shop.
Was this in box or out of box?
In box.
I wonder if they won it. There was some
like,
sort of giveaway.
maybe it was just very odd. Like the gift shop person was also like posing with it, and they're like taking photos like just on a phone with it too, like not professional photos.
That
or
has
anything.
to have been what it was.
Really
They
weird.
won it in a contest, and they were like trying to find a good picture for like the newspaper or whatever.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. It was just strange. I was like, what is going on here? Anyway, they had all kinds of apps advertised on there. Speaking of, one of those would be HBO Max. Anybody see anything good on there recently?
No,
Nope. Terrible. Terrible place. Terrible place.
Awful service.
HBO Max has probably my current favorite show,
Yes.
White Lotus.
Mine too. Good show.
Jason, you been watching that?
I have. I've watched 2 episodes of The White Lotus.
I'm
Yeah.
somehow also only on episode 2.
Oh, okay.
Episode 4 releases tonight, but I
Right.
just last week I should have watched a bunch of stuff.
It's
been a
weird
blur.
though, because I was talking to another group of people about
Mhm.
this show, and somebody was like, "I don't like that show. No, nothing ever happens on that show."
There's all kinds of stuff happening.
And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Like nothing really happens, but I love that. If you're looking at that show purely from a plot perspective, like if you wanted a Wikipedia synopsis of that show, it'd be like 2 sentences.
But at the same
But
time,
that's what I
everything
love
is
about
happening
it.
on that show because the start of that show is the guy's like, I don't have, he didn't come back with his wife,
Yeah.
and you don't know
She
why.
ain't in that box, by the way. It's somebody
No,
else.
There's
No.
no way. That'd be too easy, right?
Somebody else that we know
Yeah.
is in that box.
So you know somebody's dead and she's gone, and now you just got to figure out what happened.
Yep.
And so for just
But
say
that's
something,
it. That's the entire plot summary through 3 episodes. That's it.
but I think it's great the way it's written.
Exactly.
Like that. Like I'm
Yep.
just like, okay, cool. Like I'm gonna sit back here and like I haven't even since the first 10 minutes of that episode, and up until now, I haven't thought about who's gonna die and why.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying getting to know all these people because they're all weird as hell.
Yeah. Every single one of them has something unique that is just like, I want to know more about this person.
Right. Real good.
Yeah. It's got some really good performances. I think the music is outstanding too.
I do, too.
I love the
Mm.
music.
Yeah,
It's
music's
so
great.
weird.
Yeah. Good show. I'm looking forward to see how this
Yeah.
ends. Yeah.
It's only 6 total, so
I know.
we'll see.
Like,
I'm gonna wait. I think I'm
Oh,
gonna
not a
I'm
bad
gonna
idea.
wait until the last
Yeah.
one's done and just burn through them all.
that's fair.
Because I feel myself like having varying opinions and disagreeing with myself on that show, and so I think I'm just gonna wait so I can comment on it as a full product. And right now I don't think I can, because there are parts of it that I don't like, there are parts of it that I love, and I want to see that all coalesce so I can see it as a total work. Because I actually enjoy the show is what I'm saying, but I have not liked shows for the first couple of episodes and then wound up loving the whole work for like character development, or not much happens in one episode because they're working towards something else. And so I want to reserve judgment because this thing is definitely unique.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've watched anything like it. It's a wild one. It is nothing's happening. Like it's just all these relationship things.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I saw Steve Zahn's balls. I mean, that was cool.
That was great.
That's something.
I mean, I feel like I feel like throughout Steve Zahn's careers, I've seen his balls like several times. I don't know why.
Just
Just
a go-to.
just his go-to thing. It's just balls.
I don't know the actor who plays the concierge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Or he's a manager or whatever his role is.
I don't.
He's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know
he's
him from
great.
anything.
Yeah.
He's
I don't either.
fantastic.
Mhm.
He's probably my favorite character on that show.
Oh, easily.
When he hits the screen, I'm just like,
What's he
"What
gonna
are you
do now?
doing?
Yeah.
What's going on with you?"
The interaction, I won't spoil it, but the interaction between him and the guy that keeps claiming he's in the wrong room, interaction with those two in the 3rd episode is fantastic.
Ooh, okay, okay.
He's mostly does everything in Australia. That's why you
He's
don't
an
know.
Australian actor.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think because he says in the show, I think he's from New Zealand, right? Is what
I think so.
I think he
yeah.
says something specific about that he's from New Zealand, but yeah, like everything I'm looking at here, I just looked up his IMDb. Born in Sydney, from North Wales, Australia. Like, yeah, all in All of these shows that he's famous for here, never heard of in my entire life. These are all Australian shows. So, makes sense.
Yep, I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah, me too. Then I know Caleb and I finished Doctor Death.
Yeah.
Jason, have you watched any of this at all?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend it to you, Jason.
Okay.
I don't know that the performances will hold up for you.
They aren't. It's not their best work.
Yeah.
All of them isn't for sure.
There's some directing. There's a few sections in there that seem very disjointed from the rest of the show, and direction wise. I think that might annoy you.
They also, I think there was a point in time you can clearly tell that I think the first 2 episodes aren't shot the same as the rest of the episodes.
And then there's a couple of other parts where it's like there'll be a montage or something like that that just does not line up with the way the rest of the show goes. So it's a little
disjointed.
Yeah.
It has issues with its timeline because it likes to go back and forth a lot. And in the latter half of that show, they started putting dates up there. But
I remember you saying that, Logan.
Yeah, it's bad about the dates and early on.
Yeah,
Very bad.
they're thinking that people will pick them up from context clues, but a lot of times it's kind of hard to. We're in that timeline now. Like,
Right,
it's
like,
kind of a little
we're
difficult.
Because the thing is, it's not like there's a big difference between 2010 and 2012.
Yeah.
But there was a big difference in what was going on in those 2 years.
Yep.
And what hospitals he was at and who was around.
That being said, it's meant to be super bingeable. They set up the end of every episode so you really want to watch the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to put down once you get into the rhythm of it because you just want to now I have to know what's going to happen.
9 episodes of this?
8.
8. How long?
They're an hour.
Nah,
Well, I mean, like they're a
45 minutes.
Yeah,
45.
45,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're your. When I say an hour show, it's an hour show, but on Peacock
Right.
you do get ads. I mean, they're like 90 seconds at most for those. I do want to watch the actual documentary. They afterwards. I think it just came out Friday.
It's out, I think.
Yeah, so I do want to watch that because they have the real life people.
Yeah, that's what I did after I watched the show. I looked up like how close was the show to these actual people.
From what I understand, it's pretty close.
Some of them are spot on, and some of them they took liberties.
They
with,
embellished
so,
a little bit just for TV to make them a little more, a little more intriguing. But for the most part, the story's all there. I mean, because it's been a very famous podcast as well.
Yep.
That's where this all came from. So there's a lot of those recently. HBO's done that a few times where they've taken a podcast.
I really enjoyed the show in a junk food kind of way. Like, I just want another handful.
Yeah, like does the show win awards? No, I don't think so. But was I entertained? Yeah, I was entertained by it. There is room in the world for that.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Because Christian Slater,
he is way over the top.
way over the top in that show. Like there was like
It works.
it works, but it was like, hey, what if this doctor was like just the only thing he cared about was this guy, and he was an over the top about the whole thing.
I would actually say that Alec Baldwin was probably too like serious and too like he's too perfect almost.
Yeah, like they played their characters one extreme in the other, and
It was like I almost had a harder time believing the Alec Baldwin performance because I'm like nobody's this perfect all the time,
yeah, they did everything by the book.
Like I've seen crazy people before. I've never seen anybody be this stoic and you know what I mean?
It's spot on. Yeah, like it was weird. Yeah, especially like toward the end of that show. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So if you ever feel like watching something like that, go for it. It's not you won't hate yourself for watching it, that's for sure. There's plenty of things you could hate yourself for watching. But it's not bad. I'm trying to think of other Ted Lasso started back up. I have not watched the second episode yet. I've only watched the first episode.
I too have only watched the first episode.
And that it's still good, Ted Lasso.
I think so I've watched both.
Hmm.
I think the major problem they're going to face this season is that so the crux of the first season and what made it so good was Ted comes in to this cast of people and they all hate him or don't know anything about him or whatever, and he has to win them all over one by one, right?
Right.
And in the second season, he's already done that. So, like, I think their biggest challenge is going to be finding ways to make Ted be Ted and not just have no conflict the entire season.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of conflict.
And that first episode, I think they struggle a little bit with that. But then the second episode, I think they're bringing in plot threads to make that kind of stuff happen again. So I'm glad they've identified that they can't just have everybody like each other the whole time and make a season out of that. That's not going to work.
No, it's not. Yeah, you're never going to.
So
make a good
I'm
show
glad
out of
they identified that, and they're starting to do a little bit more about that.
I assume that Jason, I don't know if you laughed as hard as I did at the red hat joke. Dude,
Yes.
I was in tears. Like I
Oh,
couldn't stop
man.
laughing. Had to
Yes.
pause it, go back. This was like your Caesar you later moment from last year.
Yes. Yeah. I thought there were a couple of really killer jokes in the first episode. I
Yeah.
laughed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty dang good.
Beard talked a lot more. I feel
Yeah.
like Beard had
Illinois
more.
State University's Beard.
I know, right?
Yes.
Yeah, come to find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like he had more lines in one episode than he did the entire first season.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Just thought that was odd. But
Everyone on that show is just great. That show is great.
Yep.
It can even be. I mean, it's the premise of the show is absurd, so there's nothing they could do that's almost too absurd. It's fine. That's not why we're there. We're here to literally watch these people talk to one another and hang out. Like, we're not there for the soccer. Like, we were there for just the relationships, and that's it.
But there's got to be a little bit of conflict, right?
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be boring.
I'm here for Roy Kent swearing at children.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
Of course. Oh,
And they all
man.
just completely accept it too. Like, hell yeah. Like,
Yeah. What is he? He says, "Thanks for taking one for the team." To the little girl, "Yes, coach, anytime." Like, it's so good.
Yeah, and I'm like very intrigued in why he's watching Jamie Tart on a like bachelor show, like with a bunch of other women. Like, what the hell is going on?
Can fill my rosé. It's so good.
Yep.
So dumb, but yeah, great. Anybody watch anything else?
yeah,
solid?
I got a couple more things. Ultra City Smiths. Have
I
you
don't know
guys
what that is.
heard about this at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay, this is a show on AMC Plus, only AMC Plus,
Okay.
and it is a don't look it up because I want to try to describe
Oh,
it
okay.
first.
Sorry.
Okay.
It is a noir comedy filmed in stop motion with baby dolls.
I'm terrified.
I think I'd rather have you turn on AEW than whatever that was.
AEW is actually good.
This is way better than AEW
God.
because it's so absurd.
Really?
Yeah, it's like if David Lynch wrote Sin City and then they filmed it with stop motion baby dolls. The characters are like so weird. There's a guy that like he doesn't
look
have
this up now. And
yeah,
see
now you can look it up.
What is this called again?
Ultra City Smiths.
Ultra City Smiths.
So there's a guy that people keep walking past and he needs to make money, so he just keeps asking them for back scratches. Like, back scratch? Hey, can I get you a back scratch? Hey, back scratch over here. 50 cents, back scratch.
What the fuck is this?
Sounds all right.
This is terrifying. I'm just looking at like an image that popped up here, and I don't know if I can do this.
Oh, Caleb, this looks horrifying.
It's so unique, but I really starting to love it.
Oh my
Occasionally they'll
God.
just break into a musical number too for no reason. It's the most unique TV show I've seen in a long time, but I really, really enjoy it.
It's got a decent cast.
It's got a ridiculous cast.
And like, well, I found Tim Heidecker on there. Now we know
Yeah,
why
there
he's
you go.
watching it.
Whoa,
Well, but also, okay, so here's the
There it
kicker.
is.
Also, Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell's on
Okay.
there. John C. Reilly. P.B. Newworth. Melissa Villasenor. That guy. Jason Matsunukas. I've seen him.
Matsukas.
I don't know how to say his name, but I've seen him in a shit ton of stuff. Kurtwood Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, the premise of the show is that so the Ultra City is going to shit. It's like this big metropolitan area that's just like slowly dying. And the current mayor is like trying to fix things, but really struggling. And the richest guy in town is going to run for mayor to oppose him, with the promise that he's going to make things better. And then he shows up dead. So they're trying to solve this murder mystery. The detective that comes in from outside of town is like, it's like Cooper. He is so bizarre. He has an addiction to limes.
Like the fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to distract himself from his lime addiction,
the drug line. What do you?
I didn't know what the hell. Like,
What else would he? Like the fruit? What?
I don't know.
Like the fruit?
No one has an addiction to limes. That's why it's weird.
Yeah, but what other kind of lime?
Like,
okay, I haven't even got to the best part though. So to distract himself from his lime addiction, he dances. So just occasionally he'll just be on the screen dancing, and then somebody will be like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm distracting myself because I really want a lime right now." And at one point they say, somebody's like, "So you're addicted to limes?" He's like, "Yeah, limes and whiskey." And they're like, "Oh, well, whiskey's, that's a little more normal of an addiction." He's like, "Yeah, but my wife hates it when I drink because if I drink too much whiskey, then I start obsessing over my limes." But he says it in such
So
like
sincere.
a sincere,
So sincere,
yeah. It's, I don't know if you guys would like this show at all, but I am pretty much in love with it.
I mean, all right. I watched Beef House and I enjoyed Beef House. I'll give this a shot.
I think you might actually have to watch just at least one episode.
I'll
just
watch
to see
one.
what it is.
Okay, I'll watch one.
Yeah.
This sounds weird enough. I'll watch one.
Because I want.
I don't know if I'll be. I might have to watch it in broad daylight.
Yeah, that's
for
fine.
sure. Maybe
Yeah.
like 10 in the morning or something, because
Yeah.
this might terrify me in bed.
There's a little bit of professional wrestling involved too, so
Alright.
maybe that's an angle that one of the characters. One of the characters is called Lady Andre the Giant.
Okay, sure. Why
That's
not?
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay. All right. No, I'm in. No.
But yeah, okay. So that.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to mention, and I haven't mentioned this, I don't think, ever on the podcast before, but for the past 5+ years, there's a show I've been watching. So I finally caught up to this show on episode 985 after watching it for 5
Is it
years.
One Piece?
It's One Piece.
It's
It's
One
got to be
Piece.
One Piece.
It's One
yeah.
Piece.
Yeah.
It's One Piece. Okay.
I just had to mention it because I'm so happy that I'm caught up finally after 5 years of watching this show.
I thought it was going to be like something really obnoxious, but I'll at least.
Once he gave the episode count, I was like,
Yeah.
I
fucking
was
One
like, there's
Piece.
only one other show that's
Yeah,
this
it's One
many.
Piece.
Yeah. So I'm excited, and the show keeps getting better and better too. Like
Really?
the most recent arc has been phenomenal. It's been
That's
so
wild.
good. Yeah,
How many years?
started in 1999,
That is
and
unfreaking believable.
it's pretty much every Saturday that there's a new episode.
Wow.
Sometimes they'll take a week or two off here and there.
That's. I mean, that they put The Simpsons to shame when you think about like a show that's an animated show that's been.
yeah.
Because The Simpsons, I think, is only at like.
Well, they were just crossed 666 last season
Yeah,
because
because
that was
like and they've been around since '89.
yeah. So they had a 10-year head start,
and
and
they're still 300
Yeah.
episodes behind.
yep. Yeah,
Wow.
this is. I mean, I don't talk about anime a ton here, but this is.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
a reason. I don't talk about wrestling much here. There's
yeah,
a reason.
hands down, my favorite anime. Like no question about it. It's phenomenal. No way I'll
I-
ever get you guys to watch any of it because there's 900
Yeah, that's a lot of
Well,
investment.
So
Yeah.
Has it changed format? So it was 4:3, and then widescreen.
yeah, it's changed art
now.
styles a few times.
Sure.
Like
Mm.
as
It would
things get
have-
better.
It
Yep.
would have to.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you usually don't see. That like animes aren't on long enough for the art style to evolve, unless
Right.
it's like DBZ or that
Yeah, they'll have like a different iteration of it or something
Yep.
and call it something different.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Mhm. Garfield. and
Everyone's
Friends.
favorite anime, Garfield.
Mhm.
And Friends.
And yeah, I mean,
That's an interesting segue. I watched one other show this week, and I can't tell you why. But I was like, oh, the 4th season of Castlevania came out this year, so it's eligible.
There you go.
So I'm catching up on Castlevania.
Okay.
It is superb.
I've heard.
It's excellent. I was like,
That's
why
anime.
isn't everybody talking
That's
about
absolutely anime.
this? Yeah.
So you're watching anime.
it's an
Yeah.
American anime. That's
It
for
is.
sure.
It is closer to. I would say it's closer to Invincible than like a true Japanese anime. It's because it's somewhere in between, right? But it is definitely that American jagged art style, sharp edges, clean lines. It's great. God, the second season is fantastic. I'm in love with it. I was surprised. I was like doing this out of curiosity. The first season is just okay. The second season is excellent. Peter Stormare's in the second season. It's paced really interestingly. They do a lot of like the second season is a lot of like character development and introduction and like because of the story that's going on, some political intrigue. And then the second part of the season is like a war and characters are getting knocked off and everything is pretty violent but well produced. Like it's good. It handles its action scenes really well for being an animated show, which is a challenge for sure.
Do you think you need to be a Castlevania fan to enjoy it? or
No.
No? Okay.
I'm sure that these characters mean something to Castlevania fans, but
Oh, so you're not in on the Castlevania
no,
stuff? Okay.
I'll watch Castlevania speedrun.
Okay.
I enjoy watching other people play Castlevania well, but I'm not into Castlevanias, not at all. And it's really good and it's gorgeous. It is a beautifully rendered animated show.
Cool.
So I'm gonna see that through. I'll finish it. I finished season 2, started season 3. The episodes are really short too. They're like that half hour.
Yeah, they're a 22
Yeah.
minute runtime
So-
or whatever.
Like what did I do? I was playing Ratchet and I threw up a couple episodes of it and I was like, oh, this is over. And then pretty soon I was like,
Next.
I put Ratchet down and I was like watching Castlevania and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to watch the next episode of Castlevania. And I was like, who am I? What's going on? Why is this just an animation year? What's next? I don't know. One Piece? No.
Could be.
Maybe? No. Too many.
Okay, so Luffy is a pirate.
Excuse me, Yuffie? What?
Luffy. There's too many names.
That's it for me. And I discovered that NBCOlympics.com has every archived men's basketball game for the Olympics.
They're just not very well done on Peacock.
So, right.
Yeah,
Peacock
Peacock is the worst.
NBCOlympics.com. It's all right there if you want to watch every game, which I have. So if you want
You
to
do have
watch
to have a cable login for that, though.
You
don't
do.
Yeah.
credentials, correct.
Mhm.
That's the gate for that. But you can watch all the bad games or all the good games, like especially ones that may not get aired here. Like, I
Czech
think they're
Republic versus Slovenia.
like that's the if it's I think all of the Doncic games have been
Yeah,
televised.
they've been televising the Doncic games. So maybe, like
There might
Mexico
be-
versus Spain.
Yeah, like if you want to watch, a good example is Argentina. Argentina?
I was just
Argentina. Sorry.
sorry. Was there
Argentina.
a break in the matrix there?
Sorry. My brain just leaked out of my head. Excuse me. Argentina, and Australia. It was a really good game.
Australia.
The alias. Yes.
Oh.
Argentalia versus.
Just trying to put an extra eye in there.
It was a really good game, and that wasn't anything that NBC broadcasted over here on any of its family of networks. So they're picking their spots, but they did broadcast like Spain and Argentina because there's a bunch of NBA players there. So they're kind of picking their spots. They're not broadcasting everything, but it's all there archived if you're like me and a total basketball junkie. So
Yeah, I've definitely thrown on a couple games here and there. Just 3x3 was terrible.
did you watch some of that?
Yeah, it was not good games.
It's bad basketball. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really have their top. Nobody had their top
Ooh.
players out there. That's for
Goodness gracious.
sure.
You guys want to compete next year? Maybe.
Yes.
We seriously could maybe
Yes.
compete with some of those. Those were bad.
I'm shocked. Yes. I guarantee, dude, I played yesterday at the gym I play at. There are definitely 3 dudes I would take against any one of those groups. I wish I was joking, but I am not.
Yeah, they were bad
I mean, there's a reason why the TBC guys and the Big 3 guys aren't
there.
there. It's
Mhm.
bad. Oof. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Mhm. Yeah, me too. So I think I'm good.
Yeah, just the weekly stuff. The
Mhm.
American Dad,
Yeah.
Miracle Workers. What else?
Dave.
Dave's almost over.
Yeah, Dave is almost over. Yeah.
I am still watching Physical, just because there's only a couple more left, so
Mhm.
I'll just finish it out. But it's not very good. Don't
Yeah,
watch that
I'm
show.
kind of the same on Schmigadoon. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still watching it just to see the
I
end of
did.
it.
I did drop Gossip Girl. It's just
Oh.
not good. It's not even good in like a pulpy like. I was hoping it'd be my Yellowstone, you know. It's not.
We're all looking for a Yellowstone.
It's not.
Oh, man, that's my sweet on top of sweet on top of sweet on top of savory. My stack the chicken and waffles
Yeah.
on top of the biscuits and gravy on top of the
Mm-hmm.
taco fries. On top, that's my show.
And
for sure.
then Rick and Morty. I think that's
Oh, yeah.
about it.
I watched a couple Rick and Mortys last night.
Oh,
So-
actually, with Rick and Morty, the most recent one, actually the one
Mhm.
that's airing tonight,
Mhm.
is about Power Rangers.
Oh,
Well, it's their version of Power Rangers,
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But that got me to go back and watch some old Power Rangers. So
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Now we're
that
talking.
show is absolutely awful.
Oh, yeah.
Their
the
budget
weird-
was like $100.
Yeah, their weird mix of yeah.
It's terrible. Yep. I remember that as a kid. Oof.
Yep. The stuff we watched as kids. Ooh.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know if you guys. I mentioned I watched that Bo Burnham Inside thing. I don't know. Did you guys ever watch that or?
No.
Yeah, I finished it. That's about all I got. It was entertaining for an hour and 20 minutes or whatever it was. It's TV, but it's a movie, so it doesn't count. So,
It's fine. It's fine.
don't know. Are we coming back next week? Or are we taking another week off? We're doing.
I'll be on vacation.
Oh,
So,
so
we're
Caleb
not
and I
back
are going to
next week.
do whatever we feel like anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you guys really want a podcast, it's fine too. Give me something to listen to on the way home. It's fine.
Yeah.
I know you're going to be gone. Now I got to think.
Yeah,
about it.
we'll have to. We took a 1 week break there.
Mhm.
We'll have to consider if we want to keep doing that or
Doing
come
an
back
every other
weekly.
week podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe we do something different next week completely. I don't know what, but we can think about it.
Do something weird. Entertain me.
Okay.
I don't care how you deliver it. Just make sure I can consume it in audio or video format.
Okay.
Do something just bizarre. Even if you guys watched a movie and simulcast your commentary of that movie. I don't care. You know,
That's a
whatever.
possibility.
You know,
Mhm.
whatever.
Do
Do
you
like a
decide to
riff
do.
tracks type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I got a long drive ahead of me, so
Okay.
I'll take it.
Are you driving the whole way?
Yes.
Okay, so you need an audio thing.
I would, but if it's a video that I would turn on, I'd still listen to that
'Cause
video.
there might be times where you shift where you.
I'm
might
not
be
driving. Right.
Yeah, where you
Mhm.
might take a shift where you're not driving. Yeah.
Right. I'll be watching you guys or professional Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I meant. Are you gonna have times when you're not physically driving?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. Hours and hours and hours of that time.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my. Okay. All right. Now I feel like the pressure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Entertain me, clowns.
All All right. Well, this has been the Master of Unlocking podcast for this week,
Has it?
and we'll all three of us will see in a couple weeks, and who knows what the hell we're gonna do next week. So,
Yep.
Good night, everyone.